Hi there! I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode of Review Films currently in theaters. And today I am talking about Godzilla Minus One. So Godzilla Minus One is my first Japanese-made Godzilla film that I have seen in theaters. Um, I live in a smaller city and my local theater doesn't always get foreign films. So this is a rare treat for me. So I went into this film really not knowing what to expect, and oh boy, was I not disappointed. So Godzilla Minus One was directed by Takashi Yamazaki. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. And pretty much takes place in post-World War II Japan, like right after World War II. So basically Japan is still recovering and is still very much on its last legs, doesn't really have much in the way of an army. Most of the big cities are still destroyed, and they're pretty much not prepared when Godzilla comes in and starts destroying all its cities. And pretty much it's about this group of people having to band together to basically stop Godzilla, to protect the fragile peace that they have finally started to experience just after World War II. Now, I love this film for a couple reasons. The main reason is this is an example of what Godzilla should be about. When Godzilla is focusing on the tragedy of war, the consequences of war, specifically nuclear war, it's usually a good time because it's a wonderful way of telling the story. And all the good Godzilla movies usually delve into this in some way. And this film manages to capture that anti-war conversation, that consequences of war conversation really well, mainly because they focus on talking about survivor's guilt and post-traumatic stress disorder. And this brings me to where this Godzilla movie really shines, in my opinion, and that is the human characters. It is very rare for anyone to see any Godzilla movie and say this: the human characters are good, and I actually care about them, which is not something I expected to say at all. Again, it's very rare for any human character in a Godzilla movie to actually make us feel for them. Usually, we don't care if they get stomped by Godzilla on his rampage because we're here to see Godzilla do a rampage. But this movie actually manages to give us characters that we really feel for, and we actually don't want to see these characters die. And that's a rare treat for a Godzilla film. Now, yes, this does mean that Godzilla doesn't appear as much as he's appeared in other Godzilla films. But here, when he does appear, it is still fantastic. And that has to do with the visuals of Godzilla himself. He looks like a fearsome monster again. And it's a much more streamlined version of Godzilla than the version we got all the way back in Shin Godzilla, which it's nice for us to return to the roots of Godzilla as far as design choices go, but he's still a scary brute. The only nitpick I have is this Godzilla can be hurt more, but he regenerates. That's the new power they give him, and it's kind of feels off. I feel like it's much better where he's not hurt by pretty much anything, and that would have made Godzilla even more fearsome. That being said, I kind of get where they're going with this, because at the end of the day, you're having him fight a much weaker Japan than he's fought in the past. And the performances in this film are also really well done. I'm not going to go over the actors' names because, Well, I would butcher each and every one of them, and that's just insulting. So, with that in mind, I do want to mention that the guy playing our main character, who is a ex kamikaze fighter, and as such, he's the one who's suffering from most of the survivor's guilt. He's fantastic. He conveys a wide range of emotions, and you feel every minute of it. And he's brilliant in this particular film. The other performers do a fantastic job as well, and are given their own moments to shine that really showcase how well put together this film is. And the music, so we have an original score mixed with the score from the original Godzilla film, and the use of both scores and the use of sound in general in this film are really well put together. They make the scenes feel intense when they need to. They always put you on the edge of the seat. They give you a lot of energy when the climax starts to come around. It's really well done how they managed the score and sound here, and I really enjoyed how that was all put together. At the end of the day, Godzilla Minus One is everything I wanted in a modern day Godzilla film, and manages to bring Godzilla back to his roots while also adding some new ideas, and we finally get some human characters that we care about. And again, with how rare that is in Godzilla movies, that is a huge treat for us. If you are a Godzilla film fan, then this is a must watch. I am going to give Godzilla Minus One an 8 out of 10. The only reason it is not a 9 is because I have some small nitpicks about like how long we have to wait for Godzilla. Even though the story is really well put together, I still would have liked to see him a little bit more. And the fact that he can be hurt, not killed, mind you, is kind of lackluster when you start to think about it. But I kind of get why they did that. Anyway, that's what I felt about Godzilla Minus One. What do you think about it? If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.